Hi, everyone. Welcome to February 2024. The number vibration for this month is 2. And the 2 vibration represents, most importantly, connection. So, connection is key with this number. So, this month, if you can seek out connection, and that could be you have more of desire to connect. And most importantly, it could be just really connecting with one's own heart, one's own soul, one's self, being in one's own energy and connecting to ourselves, first and foremost. You might have more desire, though, to connect with more of your friends or more go deeper in your intimate relationships. You might feel more connection to nature or seek out just more connections in general, and that could be to groups. So, invitation is honor that if that shows up for you this month. This month, too, also represents harmony, peace, and it really invites us to come into trusting our own, especially our own intuition. And this is a discerning mind. So this mind asks us to look at what are the consequences before we act, but we also want to be mindful that we're not holding ourselves back out of fear. So we want to kind of look into, is this a discernment of this isn't resonating with me, this isn't resonating with my soul, and therefore it's not my path at this time, or is this fear holding me back? So, and if you're not sure how to differentiate the two, it's a good month to kind of play around with that. Sometimes with fear, so for myself, I'll feel fear in a different place in my body. I'll feel it kind of like a clenching in my gut. Where an overall this isn't resonating with me is I'll get just kind of this overall that doesn't feel right, doesn't feel aligned for me. So this is a little bit of a subtle difference. And the invitation is to come out of polarity, actually. So we're learning how to, and this is really a part of the new paradigm that we're coming into. 2 vibration is actually what we're stepping into. We're coming out of the 1 vibration and into 2 vibration, where there's more, it's about connection, it's about cooperation, it's about harmony and unity consciousness. So when we come into polarity, coming into polarity or operating from polarity, we're operating from a place of this is right or wrong, good or bad, pass or fail. And what that does is it actually sets us up for more judgment, and then judgment sets us up to be more in separation consciousness, which perpetuates more fear, and then we continue in this loop. So this 2 vibration this month is a great month. Just maybe be aware of that. Where are we stepping into judgment? And the difference between discerning and because it can be kind of a bit of a subtle awareness at first, is how do I honor what resonates without judging it? And the invitation is, and this is part of the unity consciousness or 1 consciousness, everybody can have a different truth. And it's not that we're all meant to have the same truth. It's knowing our own truth, honoring our own truth, and then allowing other people to be in their own truth, their own place, their own journey, wherever they're at in their consciousness or wherever they're at. They're in their place. We want to stay in our own lane. So when we're discerning from our own resonance, we're honoring what resonates, what feels in alignment for us personally. And we can just allow anybody else to do what they need to do or want to do, because that might be what they're being called to do from their own soul's guidance, or maybe they're not aware yet. So the invitation is we want to look at something from that place of, does this resonate with me? And it's okay if it's different than what's resonating with somebody else, or if somebody else doesn't understand because we're doing something different or going against the grain. So 2 is inviting us to just really come into that trust of self and trust of intuition. We also have the 10-1 and the 10-1 vibration. 10 is actually about leadership with compassion. So it's really, again, connecting that head and the heart. It's evolved and it's integrated. It's gone to a place kind of evolution into its sense of leadership, and it can really come into connecting to the heart, and therefore there's just this incredible connection and compassion and stepping into leadership as such, and that includes to ourselves. 1 is also leadership. So the theme for February for all of us is going to be, where can we take more leadership for our lives? Where can we take more leadership, especially with compassion if possible, for ourselves? We might be called to show up and share or be in leadership in the world somehow, or in our group somehow. So invitation is, if we're called this month to step into leadership, invitation is to say yes if it resonates, because we're following our resonance. And we want to really just be open to honoring coming into just really stepping into our highest potential. So the 10 vibration asks us to show up and to give our best and to do our best, but being gentle. And this is the beautiful combination with the 2, because the 2 is very gentle. We don't want to be harsh on ourselves and pushing and forcing and saying we have to be perfect with something. The 10 asks us just to show up and give our best, and still be loving and holding compassion, and that includes for ourselves. So the 1 vibration is asking us, where do we want to see things new? Where do we want to establish and set new beginnings? Where do we maybe want to just clean, the slate from our past and just really allow ourselves to start fresh and to start new? And what would that look like? What would that feel like to just really give ourselves that permission and that allowance, just really start fresh and start now and being in the present moment, and just really being able to, come back to our heart, really have that connection with the head and the heart. So in January, we covered on the 1-2. And so again, really important to be connecting to the head and to the heart and honoring what our soul is guiding us to do and connecting to our soul. And then again, new beginnings. Where can we see things anew? Where can we take leadership with our own lives, with our emotions, with our day-to-day structures? So it's going to be a beautiful month. And don't forget, we're under the umbrella of the global cycle of 8. And we also have our own personal yearly cycles that will begin, which could be different than the 8. So, and if you want to find out what your personal cycle is and you don't know it, then check out catherinemarshall.com and go to the blog section, and the latest article actually guides you to figure out how do you get your personal yearly cycle, and then what does it mean. Just give some general points or potentials that could be showing up for you. So remember, we have the monthly theme, but it's under also the umbrella of the 8 and of your own personal yearly cycle. The 8 cycle, so again, we're taking leadership, and the 8 cycle, one of the biggest themes for this year with the 8 is going to be empowerment. So where am I not empowered? Where do I want to need to become more empowered? And what does empowerment really mean? It means, where am I free? Where am I not free? How do I become more free? How do I become more sovereign? And how do I become more authentic to my true self? So again, beautiful combination this month with the 2, because the 2 is asking us to just really connect and again discern. Does this resonate? Is this my true authentic expression, authentic resonance? And what is my authenticity? And can I express that authenticity? So when we're honoring that, knowing what that means, what that is for us personally, and we're able to honor that, and we're definitely on the path and claiming our empowerment. And one more thing with the 10 vibration is, that's what the 10's asking us to. It's asking us to know our worth and to claim our worth. And from that place, we just really can step forward in just a really radiant, grounded, beautiful, heart-centered way. All right, so have a beautiful, beautiful month. Namaste.